Perfect. We're recording. Let's get this started. The chat is, or the participant count is increasing. And I'm super excited for this call. Honestly, this was a call that wasn't my idea. It was actually an idea that came to me after Jose Carlos gave me a call and he said, Tim, it's wild to me that, we created Telegram at the beginning of the year and there was only about 250 people in it. And literally 2 to 3 months later, we're pushing almost 700. He's like, I hope your goal only isn't 1,000 people for the year, but 1,000 people for the month, because this thing's going to be at 10,000. And that was really, really like eye-opening me, because I completely forgot how small the chat was in January and February. I forgot. Like, it was just, I always thought like, we've been pushing, 4, 5, 6, 700 the whole entire time. And it's really crazy to me because the organization has been growing 5, 10, 15 people a day. And, I think it's just because of the alignment. It's the frequency that everyone's on. And it's so cool to me that a lot of the people getting started with us is friends, it's family members, it's warm and hot markets. It's the markets that people never are able to tap into because they don't know how. It's the market where it's like no one really trusts you, no one believes in you. It's always the cold market that gets started with you, right? I never see anyone that gets started and they're like, hey, my whole entire family, hey, my whole entire friend. It's happening here. And I think it's because the intention that we've been able to create. And it's so just amazing to me, the growth. And like, it's something that just became so natural to have this kind of growth on a daily and weekly basis. I mean, with just from even on a trading side, like 3-figure, 4-figure, 5-figure days, 4-figure, 5-figure, 6-figure accounts. And, I learned from Zachary today, since we put these on YouTube, I have to put a disclaimer for anyone watching this that's not a part of the organization already. Uh, just because you're a part of QC doesn't mean you're always going to get those 4 or 5, 6-figure accounts right away. Just, quick little disclaimer for the YouTube and the compliance police. But beyond the point, in all perspectives on both sides of the coin, we've been able to match it as one. And I think that's something that I'm just super proud of and super excited for, in regards to depth of leadership and the quality of individuals who are partnering with us. And to, the retention rates are unbelievable. And it's one of those things that we're getting praised for. A lot of our mentors are coming to Mike and I and talking about our retention. They're talking about the steady growth they're seeing in volume. And it's not Mike and I. It's literally y'all. It's all you guys. You guys are QC. You guys are the ones that really make this what it is. And I think something that's so crazy to me, is the fact that we haven't even exploded yet, right? We haven't even reached momentum yet. We're cruising, but we haven't reached momentum. We haven't exploded. This is a team, an organization, and a system where 100 people a day can get started. And I wouldn't have an issue in the world knowing that all 100 people are being properly taken care of. And so when Mike and I were looking at the organization and looking at individuals who really, really, I guess, are primary examples of what it means to take advantage of both sides and do it in an excellent manner, John Cuevas came to our mind. Look at him this past week. A lot of you have been on his trading calls. A lot of you in his organizations, you get him to do your opportunity calls. You get him to do your agreement, your quote unquote, your closing calls, right? You get him all the time. And, one thing I've seen from John is the quality of people that he brings in from a cold market perspective. If you look at John on a camera, right, he looks like he's 12, but this guy's talking to extremely successful entrepreneurs who are looking at him as their mentor. And how is he doing that? How is he personally bringing in an abundance of people while also managing a very healthy trading account, while also creating YouTube content, while, you know what I'm saying? How is he doing all of it? And I really wanted him to chat about that with the team and share some information about, okay, what we have here is special and it's meant to be shared with the world, but how can we 10x it, right? How can we go from 5 people a day to 50 people a day? How can we go from a couple P150s a day to 10 P150s a day, multiple P600s, multiple P1Ks? Because there will be a point in time in this organization where there's a chairman hit every single day. There will become that time where chairman is the new P600, right? Because if all of us are acting as if forcing time to catch up, what does that mean? It has to happen, right? So there will be a day. But for that day to come, we have to be willing to work at that day's effort. So the person that I thought was best is John, and I'm super excited about this. John is extremely humble, servant leader, like literally the perfect example of someone that we look for as a student, someone that we're confident placing people in his organization. And I know he does it with intention. And so this training isn't going to be your typical, like, let me just show you how to recruit 100 people. This is going to show you, how do you do with proper intention? How do you talk and impact the masses with keeping the QC vision at heart? And so with that being said, guys, I am honestly stepping out the way of greatness. I have my notebook ready. I am excited for this one. John, you are in control, my man.
Let's go. Let's go. Yo, yo, yo. I'm super excited to be here. Drop a 777 for Tim. If you guys got some value and are ready to learn, if you're just ready to receive. Guys, I literally do look like I'm 12 years old. I look like I got a freaking bowl cut from Cuts for Kids. You know what I mean? At this point, we're all in quarantine, and nobody wants to freaking cut my hair. So I just got to let it grow out. It looks like a helmet. You know, at least I'll be safe inside. I look like one of those kids that's got to wear a helmet just because he might hurt himself, you know. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you look like, smell like, talk like, how tall you are. Guys, I am not the tallest person in the world. You guys have met me. I'm like freaking 5'6", dude. For a grown-ass man, and I look like a fucking child. So, you know, think about it. It doesn't matter what you look like, what you smell like, how tall you are. Because if it did, guys, a lot of us wouldn't be here. You know, I'm not the best looking person in the world. That's not what makes a chairman 10. You know, that's not what makes a six-figure trader. You know, and think about it, really. Just step out of your comfort zone. I've seen a lot of people stepping out of their comfort zones this week, you know, content, creating videos, just sharing value, plugging people in. Guys, some of the people in my organization have been putting in people, you know, on calls with me so often that it's like, guys, I wish that I had what we have now. I really do. When I started, I wish we did. But you know what? I know that I could not have had this because I still wouldn't have realized the value. Because now that I've seen the transformation of the company, my belief level has risen. And I know so many people on this call who have been here for, you know, 6 months, a year and a half, 2 years. There's people that have been here for longer than I have. You know, there's people that have been in trading in the company for longer than I have. And it's insane to see how far somebody can go, somebody who just started off in 3 months, you know, 6 months, and they're already seeing crazy results. You know what I mean? And it's nuts. It's crazy. It's beautiful. It's amazing, you know? So I guess my biggest thing, guys, when I first started, I had no cap, no hype, no, for lack of a better word, no BS, right? I didn't really tell anybody in the beginning what I was doing. I mean, I did the first time. I'm going to be honest. Actually, let's take it back. I'm going to be real with them, Tim. I really do want to take it back to when I first signed up. And then we'll get into like the real, yes, I don't really have anything prepared, but just some things I want to cover. So when I first started in this business, actually, me and Mike were hopping on Zooms almost every single day. I was in college. I was going to school, and I had my computer and my phone with me. I was taking trades in my classroom on my demo account. I was making more money than my teacher on my freaking demo account. And I was like, yo, this guy teaching me is making $200 maximum a day. And that's a really good professor. That's a really high-end professor. I just made $350 in a trade while this guy's talking about some bullshit, you know, for lack of a better term. And I started to realize, you know, what am I doing here, guys? Like, what am I doing? This is not to knock on anybody who's going to university, anybody who wants to be a doctor, lawyer, accountant, professional in your field. Guys, you need that. You need that, what's it called? You need that experience. You need to go to school. So obviously do that. If your passion is to be a doctor, guys, the world needs more doctors. The world does not need more traders. The world does not need more entrepreneurs. The world does not need more people like Tim who are lazy as hell, lay on their couch with their dog until 12 in the afternoon and still make 10 racks a month. Guys, the world does not need more of those people, but that's the lifestyle we want to live, right? So in order for us to live that lifestyle, we have to realize that in order to get there, guys, we can't be doing what everybody else is doing, right? So I realized, hey, I'm probably, I was the smartest kid. I was getting the best grades. I was beating the grade average, right? People got pissed at me for doing so well because it would screw up the curve in the school, you know, in the classroom. You know how like the test curve or whatever. People would get so mad, like, dude, why do you study? How do you do that? I'm like, bro, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I smoked 2 blunts last night, passed out, woke up, and I freaking still killed it. You know what I mean? Like, I was just that person that would cram before the test, and no matter what, I would still get a good grade just because why I need to get a good grade. I knew that I needed to get a good grade. So I always got my stuff done first. And that's how important that was for me until I started to realize, yo, this is not even that important to me. You know, there's other things that are more important. So, you know, going through those realizations, I got on a call with Mike and a guy named Justin Arroyo. This was like 2.5 years ago. A guy named Justin Arroyo. If you guys don't know him, this dude took $180 account to over $80,000 in like a matter of like 4 days or something stupid like that. And, you know, this guy was somebody who taught Mike. And because of ego and greed and pride, Mike has surpassed him 10, 100, 500 times over. Because of greed, because of ego, because of pride, this guy's no longer even in the company. He was an educator, you know, and he had a position as an educator, which I've been fighting for months. And people on here would freaking kill for that position. And this dude just ups and dips and drops his position like, you're fucking stupid. I'm sorry, but that's stupid, right? And if he could see this company now, the way that this brand has transformed, dude, this dude would probably, you know, do something that, you know, he would have to be on some sort of hotline, you know, and realizing that that's insane, bro. That's insane. You know, this guy had that opportunity and now he tossed it away. But I'm coming for it, man. I'm coming for it. Doesn't matter what's happened. Doesn't matter, you know, that happened. It just, the only thing that I see is that vision, the vision that has been there the entire time. It's already done. Exactly. It's already done. And I guess that vision doesn't hold for many people. That vision doesn't hold for many people, you know? And I mean, Jason Brown and Matt Rosa were talking about it. They said 90% of this company is just traders, right? 90% of the company is traders. How many people come in to trade and leave? How many people come in and trade and leave? You know, the 9% that are still here, those are people that are dedicated to the business, to becoming an asset. Those are the people that are here day in, day out, year in, year out. And that's something that I want to be, right? Until you realize the power of doing that, you won't do it, right? My first month, I got started. Actually, I came back. I got on a Zoom just like this, except without 64 people. It was just 3 people. It was me, Mike, and Justin Arroyo. Me and them had a conversation. And I said, guys, I'm thinking about dropping out of school. He said, well, why? I said, well, I got really good grades right now. I'm doing amazing in all my classes, and I just don't want to do this anymore. And he said, welcome to the club. I said, you guys like accept that? Like, you're not going to ask me why. You're not going to tell me I'm stupid. You're not going to say all these other things that all these other people were saying. You know, why do you want to do that? What are you going to do? You know, are you stupid for throwing that away? You know, some people would say that. And, you know, I got so much hate from friends. I got so much hate from the girlfriend I had at the time. Dude, I ended up just dropping everything. I dropped everything. I dropped all my relationships. I went back to home to live with my mom, literally. I couldn't handle it anymore. I said, you know what? I need a change of direction. I need a change of environment. And yeah, I agree, Melanie. Exes who don't support, yo, peace. Toss them off the boat, my friend. So, you know, that's something that I had to go through. I had to realize, okay, look, what do I really want? What is it that I really want? Do I want to go through this schooling just to get a degree and get a job and work for somebody else when my whole idea of my lifestyle has been something different, you know? And so I did do that. I did change my direction. I completely dropped my classes. I was on Zoom with Mike, and that night, I believe he made like $600 on GBP JPY. I made $6. And I thought it was the coolest thing ever. And it was a live account. It was a live account, $6 on GJ. That's 60 pips, and it happened in like 30 seconds because it was a news event. It was a news event. It happened in like 30 seconds to a minute. it just one candle just went boom, and we had a sell in, and I was like, yo, let's go. This is crazy. He's like, I just made $600. I was like, whoa, what do you mean you just made $600? What are you talking about? You're joking, right? So, you know, at that point I realized, dude, that's more than every professor ever to ever walk the planet. I mean, if every professor was getting paid $600 a minute, guys, we'd all be professors teaching whatever. Yo, you're going to teach this book. You don't even know what's in it. You've never studied the material before. It's 2020. This book's from 1975, but you're still going to teach it because we're going to pay you $600 a minute. I said, okay, I'll do whatever you say, you know? And so, guys, what I'm trying to get to, oh God, no, I don't want to do push-ups right now, but I'll do them later just for the sake of the recording. The reason that I bring that all up, like my motion, my drive was money. That's what it was when I started. And if that's your drive, then that's okay. Like, don't feel bad because you want to be selfish and take money from the market. Guys, every time you make money in the market, somebody loses it. So it's okay to be selfish. Like, yo, take care of your family first. What do they say on the airplane? They say, yo, put your mask on before you help anybody else. Guys, if you can't survive, you can't help anybody else. If you don't eat, you can't feed anybody else, right? And those of you who are parents on this call, you guys know, like, you have to take care of yourself first in order to be able to take care of a family and a kid. And I have no idea how that even feels because I'm still a kid myself, you know? But I'd imagine it's freaking hard. And so you have to be really selfish first in order to be selfless. And something that I learned, I don't remember who said it. I think it was in one of my psychology classes or philosophy classes in college, which probably one of the only things I ever took from that was, you know, everybody does everything with a selfish point of view in mind. Even if you want to be selfless, even if I walked around the streets of Chicago giving $100 to every single person I saw, no matter how rich, how poor I thought they were, right? Even that selfless act, even giving something you know you can't afford to give, why do you do it? Because it feels good. Because it feels good. And that feeling is that selfish feeling that we're looking for, right? Everything that we do is out of selfish, you know, it's like a selfish endeavor. And so that's okay. Like, don't feel like you have to be so selfless to everybody, you know. Don't feel like you always have to you know, bend over backwards for everybody. And when you do, you know, feel good about it, because that's super, super important. Take care of yourself though. Take care of yourself first, you know. So the first month that I got started, I didn't tell anybody what I was doing. I got started. I was like, yo, I'm going to smash through this academy. I did. There was no sniper course. I went straight into IML TV. I was watching Mike Miles every single day. I was like, yo, this is lit, you know. And then I come up and it's like 2 days before my next subscription's due. And at this point, I didn't have any money in my bank account. I actually overdrafted my account at the time. I didn't have enough money to pay for the next month. And I realized, you know, what am I going to do? I need to continue studying this. I need to do this. I haven't made money this month. I need to do this, you know? And so I was like, how am I going to do it? Well, what I did was I immediately, you know, I freaked out. I remember I woke up that morning early, and I'm not even a person that wakes up really that early. I woke up that morning at like 7 a.m. and I'm like, yo, I got to find people. Like, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, I got to call Mike. I got to tell him, bro, what am I going to do? My subscription's due in 2 days and I don't know what to do. You know, it was actually due in like less than 24 hours. And because you know how it's like the day before, it's only 30 days. It was due in the next 24 hours. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, my payment's going to come through tomorrow. I don't even have enough money. So what I did, I got on a Zoom with Mike. It was like 6 p.m. And he told me post something on Facebook. And at the time, Tim knows, and anybody who's in the company, guys, we were posting profits like crazy. In the beginning, nobody was following, no compliance. There was none of that. Everybody was dropping freaking, you know, swipe trades made this much money. Swipe trades made this much money. If you would have taken this trade, you would have made this much money. You know, it was bad. It was really enticing. We were dropping percentages. I made $10 on my account. I made $1,000 on my account. Join me. And so guess what I did? I did that. I dropped a picture of demo profits. Guys, don't do this. I promise this is a moral to the story. I dropped a picture of demo profits of over $1,000 on my Facebook, and I wrote some bougie ass foo-foo lame caption, and I got 2 people to sign up in 24 hours. I got 2 people to sign up in literally like 2 hours apart from each other, right? And guess what? Those people are no longer in the company, and one of those people has over 270 people under him. Guess what? That's stupid. Don't be stupid, right? But the first thing, first lesson is don't do that, because those people are not going to stay. They say someone convinced against their will is of the same opinion still. So if you convince them, entice them with profits, guess what? They're going to be convinced and enticed that this is easy, and that they're going to come in here and they're going to make money in their first month. And we all know that's not going to happen, right? We all know it might happen, it might not. So the moral of the story is that's what I did. That was the first time I ever, told anybody about it, and it was a completely wrong way to do it. After that point forward, I felt like because I, because I lied. Guys, I'm getting really real on this call. I've never told this story before. I'm feeling because I lied about my profits, about my results, that now everybody had to believe that I was making a lot of money, that I was the top-notch trader, that I was this, the right hand of God. And I started to post that. I started to say, oh, I'm so, and the mentors that we had at the time that were telling us to do this, this is what they told me, hey, post things that are, going to pique people's interest. Say, hey, I'm so happy and grateful now. I no longer have to go to school because of what the decisions I made. I'm so happy and grateful now. I've been able to quit my job because of the money I've been able to make online. And at the time, none of that was true for me. I wasn't making a lot of money. I made $6 on a live account. But I'm over here talking about how my whole life's changed. And it really did because of my mindset. But, people were just rejecting it because they're like, dude, that makes no sense. You just started this a week ago. Like, why are you posting on Facebook? So I ended up burning my warm market, and I was forced to build in my cold market. So for the people on this call, guys, you guys are extremely blessed because you did the right thing at the right time. We have the community and system built for you guys. We've gone through so many freaking trials and tribulations and bad things that we've done that don't work. And you guys are able to learn from that. So I'm super excited for the future of your guys' organizations too, because that's what's going to happen is people are going to stay with you because you're being truthful, you're being honest, you're being transparent, and you're telling them this is going to be a process. You're telling them immediately when they get started, look, this is the expectation. On our team, we show up to calls. On our team, we take notes. On our team, we don't post profits. On our team, we do this, this, and that. But if you don't set that expectation, then people are going to leave and they're not going to come back, and they're going to think that you scammed them, and they're going to tell you that you scammed them, right? Most people have a bad connotation of what we do in this industry, and it's not the industry that has a bad name. It's the people in the industry that give it a bad name, right? It's the people that are scammers, right? There's people in this company that I would say you're a scam artist. You're a scammer. You told this person they're going to sign up with you, and then they didn't make money, and you told them they were going to make money in their first month. You're a scammer. You lied. So guess what? This company's not a pyramid scheme. You're a pyramid scheme. You're the scammer. Now there's all these other companies coming out with this whole, oh, get into my diamond-shaped business, and if you make, 5 people come in with you, you make $800. Get out of here. What are you talking about? Some spider web pyramid? What are you talking about? There's no product. They're just like, yeah, you just put in $100 and you make $800. Has anybody gotten that? I got like 3 or 4 people. My sister I know has gotten a couple people. I know Angie as well. Guys, what is this? What is this garbage? It's some of the kids that told me I was in a pyramid scheme are now doing this diamond spider web mandala, whatever it's called, like the loom mandala. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Get out of here. It really is insulting. It's like, yeah, you're in a pyramid scheme, and now this guy that told me that I was in a scam is now trying to recruit me for this freaking web. But anyways, off topic. That's one of the biggest things that I realized. If your intentions are positive, guys, your team was gonna grow. Your team is gonna grow. Like, it's just a matter of time. But if you're not putting in income producing activities, your team's not gonna grow. Like some people are on the charts all the time. They're on Zooms, they're on trainings, and you guys are so good at being on the trainings. But guys, like, apply the trainings. Apply the trainings. If you're not applying the trainings, that's why your team's not growing. And that's what I realized. I had 2 notebooks full of notes. I was a P150 with 2 people on my team and 1 person that was gifted, you know. And then guess what? They ended up leaving. I ended up falling to 0. I had nobody on my team, you know, and then I started building from scratch. That's when we went to Puerto Rico. That's when we built that thing, and we did what we did out there. And it's all history now, and we're continuing to build that. But it's insane to see that, you know, that's the key. That's the key, is just doing the work. Guys, and for the people that just hopped on this call, for everybody who's on this call, we're not going over charts today on this call. We're not going over charts today, but feel free to tune in because this is super important. And, you know, what I realized was, okay, I need to be transparent. I need to be transparent with people, and I need to do income producing activities. Guys, there's only 7 things. If you guys have your notebooks out, this is super, super important. Write this down. 7 things that you need to do in this business in order for you to become successful. If you want to build this business, if you want residual income, you want to make $12,000 a month eating cereal on the couch watching Netflix. If that's the lifestyle you want to live, if that's the kind of stuff you want to do, then you need to write this down. Number 1, prospecting and building relationships. I write those 2 together. It's all part of number 1, prospecting and building relationships, and just going forward so you have a point. Each one will have 2. Each one will have 2 pieces to it. Prospecting and building relationships. Number 2. Oh man, I can't remember. I think it's inviting and solving a problem. I'm going off the dome, guys. This is it. So prospecting and building relationships. Number 2 is inviting and solving a problem. Number 3 is presenting and, man, I can't remember the other one. But just presenting and plugging them in, I guess, to the system that you, or no. Just put presenting. Screw that. I don't know where my notebook is, man. I had it around here. Actually, it's right here. I think I might have it in here, so I can give it to you guys straight. But it's prospecting, building a relationship. Chris Terry, dude, I'm telling you, I got 2 years of stuff in here, in all these different things. But so prospecting, building a relationship, inviting, solving a problem, presenting. The next thing is following up. Following up. This is one of the most important things, guys. My warm market didn't come to me until I followed up. And there's people on this call that know that, right? I just kept appearing. I kept appearing everywhere. Doesn't matter what they said. Doesn't matter what people said about me, right? I know Drevis is on this call. He knows. People would say some stuff about me, and they always will say stuff about you. And I don't care, you know, and I don't care. There it is. Tim's dropping it all in the chat. Number 1 is finding prospects. Number 2 is inviting. Number 3 is presenting. Number 4 is following up. Number 5 is closing. And number 6 is launching. And number 7 is promoting events. So I'm going to go through each one, but just so you have time to write them down. And then on the side, you could just jot some stuff down as we're going through them. This is super important. This is the blueprint to building your business. If you don't do this, don't expect to grow a business. Guys, 7 skills you got to learn. Now, if you're not the best at one of those skills, then find somebody that is good at it, right? If you're not good at it, then you got to find somebody that is good at that, or you got to learn it so you can teach it, right? That's the idea. So number 1, prospecting. 2, inviting. 3, presenting. 4, following up. 5, closing. 6, launching. 7, promoting events. The first one is prospecting. Guys, when you're finding people for your business, people don't join you because you haven't told them yet. People don't join you because they don't know what you're doing, right? Everybody's watching, though. Everybody's watching. Make sure your Instagram is has the has an image that you like. Make sure your Instagram has an image that you like. Guys, I'm going to share my screen. You guys can see the Instagram that I'm building right now. It's not nearly, close to being finished, but this is somebody that I've been following up with for a long time. So I'm going to like his photo, right? Happy 420. Awesome. Funny. Great. It's not that high quality of a prospect. I'm not going to be a dick, but yeah, I'm not going to comment or anything. I'm just going to leave a like. But this is like my page right here. This is what I've been building, right? I have, brand new video that I just dropped. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. High key promotion, right? Number 7 is promoting event. A video can be an event, right? Big emotions happen, or big changes happen at big events, or big decisions happen at big events. But this is my page, right? Clearly, a little bit of credibility, 9,000 followers. If you don't have a lot of followers, I recommend getting some sort of boosting service to help you get up there. Don't get no foo-foo lame stuff off the internet. I did that. I got 1,200 followers in like 3 hours, and then they took them all away. If anybody saw my account, I was at like 11,000, and I was over there like, oh, thank you guys so much for the organic follow, just flexing on people, getting my account up. But you know what you got to do, because people don't know you. That's what I love about the cold market. Guys, people in your hometowns, people you're in your family, they think they know you, but they don't. Guys, we're not the same people that we were 3 months ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, but people still think we're the same kid that grew up in their hometown. You know what I mean? Some of my family members, they look at everything I'm doing. They're like, wow, he's about to be a 6-figure trader. That's amazing. Wow, he's going to be an educator. Wow, that's amazing. Wow, that cool video. Wow, oh my God. But do you remember that one time he fucked up? You guys remember that one time he did that stupid thing? You know what I mean? Like, nobody can ever get past that one time you screwed up when you were a kid. And so it discredits you when you're in your family. And that's why my uncles and some of my aunts, have been ignorant towards this idea, because they just know me as a kid. I used to be a troublemaker and stuff. So, but it's really interesting how this works online. Nobody knows who you are. You have a brand new identity. You wipe the slate clean. Pick who you want to be. Become who you want to be, right? I got this cool picture in New York that I took when I was with you guys. I got this other cool picture in London where I got the coronavirus. I got this video over here where I'm smiling and talking about some value I got in London. This other thing, I got this picture from Puerto Rico when I was with my family. I got this picture laughing in the freaking dope-ass mansion house that we had in Dorado. Over here in a freaking penthouse suite in Vegas, right? And as you go to these events, guys, you don't have to ball out and spend money when you're around Chairman 500s and Chairman 100s and 250s and 6- and 7-figure traders. Guys, let them ball out for you. Just take a picture. Just take a picture, guys. You don't have to spend so much money on a dope apartment or on a dope place. Just let somebody do it. Go there, take a picture, say thank you, appreciate you. Let me, leverage. Just get some leverage from people. Guys, when I'm a Chairman 50, Chairman 100, I'm going to be dropping bands like Trade with Matthew did on this freaking penthouse, and you guys can all crash at my place, right? That would be sick, right? In order to do that, though, we got to build the freaking team, because you're not going to get the Chairman 50 making $50K a month every single month for the rest of your life if you don't put people in. That's just the whole idea. I think I put in over 50 people personally, and I've given away personals, right? I think I have like 40 people documented in the back office that I've personally enrolled into this business. And that's not even a good thing. Like, that is low. I should boost that up. But for the people that are saying, well, why am I not P600? Why am I not P1000? Guys, how many people have you personally enrolled? Like, think about it. If you've only personally enrolled 2 people, the rest told you no, and then you don't want to put anybody else in, you're scared to talk to people, that's the reason you're not P1000. That's the reason you're not making $250 every Friday, right? And let me tell you, it feels really good. It feels really good. So, get some cool content, whatever. It doesn't have to be super, super pretty and super perfect. This is a cool picture that I really like from Puerto Rico. And I more than just like the picture, I like the caption. John, can you bring sparkling water to table 20? No. I'm busy. I'm chilling. I'm out here on the beach. You can't tell me nothing. I'm on the side of the earth, the edge of the earth. No way I'm bringing no sparkling water to table 20. Nah. Not me. That ain't me. That was me yesterday, but that's not me today. And that was 43 weeks ago. You can see, that it's been over almost a year since I posted that picture. And at that time, I had just quit my job. a couple of weeks before. I think a month before I had just quit my job. So I wasn't doing that, and that's the thing, like realizing, guys, it's not all about making the money. It's about the freedom. Like I remember this day and the days before this when we went to this place. This is a racetrack, a hidden racetrack. We didn't know that until we got up there. We climbed the freaking side of the mountain. And we're like, wait a second, this is crazy. And then we saw a trail and we're like, wow, this is a nature trail people run on, discovering things for ourselves. That was an amazing day that I realized, this is what I will do with my time. This is what I want to do with my time, is walk around in the middle of an island, like on the edge of an island in the middle of the Caribbean, like, and just explore. That's something that was super cool. That was an experience that I had. I was like, man, this is awesome. Here's me and Kevin doing some cool little poses. Here's me on a tree. This is dope. And just have fun with your page. I have a dog in here. This is from when I was in college, man. This is when I was living in my college dorm. This is the dog we had in the apartment. Just build something that says, hey, this is what we have. This is what I have as my history. I took a lot of stuff off that just wasn't professional. And then I just kind of boosted my thing. I have like this blurry picture of this Lambo, super cool picture, but it might not even be compliant, but Tim's gonna let me slide with that one. But you can see kind of how the pictures evolutionized and the content starts to get better. Content starts to get way better, and they click on the video and they're like, wait a second, oh my God, who's Jonny Caves? Like, and what I put in here, I wanted to pique interest. This is what you guys should do on your social medias, guys. This is part of prospecting and building relationships, right? What will you become? Ever wonder where the money we put in the bank actually goes? Is it really sitting in safety boxes with our names on them? Is it kept in a vault with all the diamonds and gold? Or does it get loaned out and dumped into the bank's investment portfolio to make a profit? My name is Jonny Caves, and I'm a legal bank robber. Reach out to join the next heist, right? Who's going to say no to that? Who's going to be like, nah, that sounds boring. That doesn't sound interesting at all. Wow, who's going to say, nah, doesn't seem legit. That's not what I want, right? This is attraction marketing. Very, very key. So attraction marketing, right? Getting people to get to your page, and see the content. So when they are on the page, they start to read your captions. Super, super important. Keep your captions saucy, right? And then really just understand that your job, now that you have a good page, is to go reach out to people, right? Now you're building this page not for people to see it when you post it, but for people to see it when you reach out to them. They see your posts, right? They go through your posts when they see your page. The more that you reach out to people on social media, the more people that will come to your page, right? And so with that being said, I'm getting off track. Like Tim said, I need to get back. That's really important though. That's really important. Building your social media so you have the confidence to go reach out to people. If you have four pictures on your Instagram and one of them's with your grandma, one of them's with your dog, and one of them you just woke up out of bed, nobody's going to be like, wow, that's the person I want to reach out to. Wow, that's the person I want to talk with. Nobody's going to do that, right? But the better your content gets, the higher caliber prospects you can get, right? And so the next thing I want to go over is inviting. And this will probably, all the other things that are on the list are for a later date. I want to talk about inviting because everybody here is either brand new, has been in the business for a while, is looking to get their 2 and free P150, P600, P1000 or higher, right? In order to do this, guys, edify your way to that rank. You do not need to be presenting. That's why, right? I'm not covering that today. That's why I'm not covering it, because presenting can be done by P600, P1000 plus. But if you're on this call and you're not a P600, P1000 plus, that's not saying that you can't do a presentation. Of course, you should do, an op call, and you should practice for when you are, because that's just a rank and that's going to come. That's just a title. P600, P1000 is just a title. I know leaders that have 2 people on their team or 1 person on their team or no people on their team, and they're better leaders than people who are P150 in my organization today, P600, P1000, P2000 in my organization today. So realizing there are people that have just not sprouted yet. There are people that have just not sprouted that yet. So don't discredit anybody's success just because of their rank. Because if Tim would have done that, man, I wouldn't be here. So with that being said, prospecting and building a relationship. When you're reaching out to people, you want to build a relationship enough to let them know you care about them. Bless you, Tyler, right? You want to make sure that you reach out to them and build a relationship enough so that they know that you care about them. Guys, that is the most important thing. Don't reach out to people. And I know you guys have seen this. Don't reach out to people and say, guys, have you heard about this company? Like, have you, it's growing in your area. Well, check out this video. Guys, nobody cares. Nobody cares. I've gotten those people in my DMs so many times. Guys, it's like a drop, just like a drop menu of like throw up. Like, here's my business, rub it all over my DMs. Like, no, that's not how this works. You want to attract them so that they don't know anything about what you do. They'll never know what you do until they ask you a question that's how you want it to be. Because then you can control the influx of information that's going through them, right? That's going through their brain that they're being exposed to. The first thing you want to do is do that, building a relationship, right? Location, occupation, recreation, destination, right? This is what I cover with people. If I'm talking to Tyler, yo, Tyler, what's going on, man? I love your freaking page. It's awesome. I see, you're obsessed with cats and, smoothie bowls. I see that you like to, long walks on the beach and you love champagne. Man, me too. What kind of music do you listen to? I see that you listen to Hannah Montana. I really like that music as well. I would just love to connect with you. Where are you from? Right? And obviously, if Tyler listens to Hannah Montana, he's going to be like, well, yes, I love that. Of course, Jonny, Caves, whoever you are, I'm super interested in having this conversation because that's something I'm interested in, right? Obviously, that's a terrible example because Tyler does not listen to Hannah Montana, right? But if I was like, yo, Sheila, why don't, I just looked at your page and I freaking love that you're getting down to some Hispanic music. I love Hispanic music. It makes me want to be on the beach in Puerto Rico and have fun. That's what that reminds me of. Where are you from? Boom, immediately location, right? Location, where are you from? Occupation, what do you do professionally? I always ask this question. I don't say, what do you do for work? I don't like that. I say, what do you do professionally? That's something that I use, just a keyword switch up. What do you do professionally? This will get them to be like, well, I'm a professional. Okay, well, I'm actually a janitor, but they'll say it in a different way, right? Oh, well, I'm actually I clean super successful people's houses and buildings and things like that. I'm a maid, a sanitation engineer. There you go. I'm a sanitation engineer. And they're really just cleaning toilets. But let them do that. You need to boost people's egos. Guys, if you want to build this business and you have an ego, you will not get far, right? And somebody on this call that I want to shout out, Iker, is a freaking savage on doing this. We're having a competition to see who can get more people, who can build more relationships with more people this week, right? And that's something that I want to do with everybody. I want to open up that competition. We're already in the lead, so yeah, you don't even know what's coming. But in building that relationship, right, you want to make sure that you're touching things that are not business related. Location, occupation, let them talk about themselves and what they do. Recreation and dreams. Hey, Rose, what's going on? I see that you love cats. I love cats too. Where are you from? Well, I'm from, Seattle, Washington. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And I'm studying mechanical engineering, and that's why I don't have a job right now. I'm just studying. Awesome. What makes you want to study that? What's something that what's your end goal? I always ask that. What's your end goal, right? Where do you want to take that? Some people say, yeah, I want to be a doctor. Why? Because I like helping people, right? Some people told me, I want to be an engineer. Why? Because I like doing hands-on work. Great. I know a lot of other places where you can get that. Right? I know a lot of other places where you can get that. My goal is to find something that they say that they're not necessarily sure about and then be like, okay, well, what if there was something else out there, right? What if? And that's why next to inviting, I always want to do, I always put inviting with solving a problem. When you're building a relationship and we're going through the conversation, I'm going through the conversation with Tyler and we're like, yeah, man, I live in Cali. I'm like, man, I've always wanted to go surfing out there. I would love to come, if I ever go out there, man, I got to hit you up and we'll go surfing, And then he'll be like, yeah, absolutely, man. That's something I really like to do. Bink, right? Pick up golden nuggets. This is what I learned from a 5-star hotel I used to work at. The Forbes people would come in and be like, are you picking up golden nuggets? Every time your customer, your guest, right? These luxury guests at the 5-star hotel, every time they say something, it's a keynote. It's a keynote, and you put it in your notebook, right? Oh, I love, my water sparkling with lime, no ice. If they like sparkling water with lime and no ice, are you going to get them flat, still water with ice? Are you going to give them house water? No. You're going to give them what they want. And every time they come, that's what they want, right? Pick up on things like that. Super, super important. So you don't have to ask who's drinking still and who's drinking sparkling. And so when you're reaching out to people, you really want to pick up things, you're not going to talk about how you want to travel the world with somebody who's looking to, lead a family and has responsibilities right now. Maybe that's something that they do want to do, of course, but cater to that person, right? You don't want to talk about making $100,000 a month when this person's never even seen $5,000 a month, right? So really just make it relatable to them. And, building that relationship is super important because that will build your rapport. Guys, something before I go into the next thing is, I talked to Christian Vargas. This guy's the creator of the Trade House LLC. He's the reason we're all here. One of the reasons this company's still standing today. And he told me something super impactful. If you take anything away from this training, if you haven't taken notes, you haven't listened to anything that I said, write this down. He said, John, if you build rapport with somebody, if you build enough rapport with somebody, you can tell them anything you want. If you can build sufficient rapport with somebody, enough rapport with somebody, then you can tell that person whatever you want, as long as you've successfully built rapport. If you don't, you're going to sound like a dick. You're going to sound like you have an ego. You're going to sound like you think you know it all. But when you put their best interest at heart, you can tell them whatever you want, whatever they need to hear, right? That's super important. Super, super important, because this is how you build influence with somebody, is you show them their best interest is at heart, right? I show my team every day, look, I'm doing this freaking business for you guys now. I used to do this for me. I make enough trading to live. I don't need more income from the business to survive. I'm fine. I want you guys to hit ranks so you guys can feel what it's like to get paid every Friday and see some belief checks, right? People might think you're nagging all the time, but at the end of the day, they realize, look, I'm bending over backwards for you, right? Tim and Mike do these calls all the time. That's why they're like, yo, other people speak, I bend over backwards way too much, right? And they love to do it, but at the end of the day, sometimes people just don't take advantage of the information, and it's just not worth the energy, And so putting in that time, really, I guess, in learning how to build relationships and be genuine. I think that's the coolest thing in the world. When you can hop on Instagram and send somebody a message and really just be genuine and see how far that takes you. See how far that takes you, right? And it's going to take you to something that we call inviting and solving a problem. This is one of the most important things. I want to end with this. And if you have something that you want to cover that I didn't cover, I would like to have you do that. But the first thing before we do that, inviting. When you're inviting to somebody to something, right? When you're inviting somebody to something, make sure you're solving a problem, right? If you want somebody to plug into something, if it's a video, if it's a webinar, if it's a 7 p.m. call, if it's a why trading works, if it's the recording Tim and Mike did, whatever it is, if you want to plug them in with a resource, you need to invite them to solve a problem. Right? If they said, yeah, I'm just right now, it's so easy, guys. I can't even express it. Everybody's problems are right here on their sleeve, right? The first thing you're going to hear, I'm in school, but I'm at home right now and I don't like it. I'm working and I don't have a job anymore. I was working, I was making $15 an hour. Now I'm making $11 an hour. I don't like it anymore. I really hope this thing blows over because I don't know how long it's going to last. Guys, these are problems people are telling you. And when you build a relationship with somebody first, they will release their problem. It's like releasing the demon. It's like they're waiting to break down. Everybody's like, got this iron skin until you get to their core. And then they're like, all right, you know what? I shouldn't say this, but I will. Shouldn't say this, but I will, because you've built a rapport with me, and then you can tell them whatever you want. So when I do this, when I was talking to, me and Tim got on a call with, somebody who's extremely successful in business, has an extremely professional background. You guys live in London, UK, and he's got a really cool accent. And to get him on a call, it was super easy. It was super easy to get him to look at the information, right? Just to get him to look at the information. And this is all you need to do, is get them to look at the information, right? And this is how I do it. I build a relationship, right? Hey man, I see that you're doing entrepreneurship. I really love entrepreneurship. This saved my life. I'm really interested in learning what your story is. Hearing a little bit of your story. Where are you from? Awesome. I'm from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I've been studying e-commerce and drop shipping for the past 6 months. Haven't really made any money, but I'm working it alongside my job. Awesome. What do you do for work? What do you do professionally? Right? Right now I'm an apprentice at a dentistry, and I'm looking to clean people's teeth. Oh, why do you like, what interests you about that? Well, I really like to, I think that a smile is a really important piece of a person's confidence. People get really deep into it. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, absolutely. Or they'll just be like, well, my uncle's a dentist and he makes a lot of money, Well, my dad's a dentist and he told me I could take over the business when he's gone. So I said, oh, I'll do it. Awesome. Awesome. Oh my God, this girl that I've been prospecting for years. I'm really interested in learning. Guys, oh my God, this is the perfect time for you guys to be doing this. I'm not even joking. And this girl's plugged. Her Instagram has like 7,000 followers, plugged. After this call, I guess I'm getting to work again. So, inviting that person. Well, awesome, man. I mean, I know that you love, that you like that dentistry. What do you like to do for fun? Going through Lord. Oh, I like to skateboard. I like skateboarding. And, I really like, wow, that's awesome. My mentor, this is where you drop gold nuggets. Drop gold nuggets. My mentor, one of my best favorite mentors of mine, he actually he used to skateboard, before he got hurt. And it was actually a blessing in disguise because it helped him, create a successful career path for himself. Now he's a full-time entrepreneur, and who would have thought that would happen? Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, man. I would love to plug you in with him. He actually has a recorded video that I'd love to send to you. Yeah, absolutely, man. What's it all about? Check it out. Send him the video. Peak interest, share video. Peak interest, share video, right? This is super, super important. And I started to realize, when I started to do this, I was inviting people and people were showing up. Tim can tell you in the beginning, I was inviting people. Nobody was showing up. Nobody would show up. I don't know why. I'd be like, Tim, do you have like an hour? Is it possible to get your time for a call? This is super, super important. And then he would be like, yeah, of course. And I would invite somebody that wouldn't show up because I didn't build enough rapport. I didn't even show them the information. They wanted information. I kept it from them to get them on a three-way call. So instead of doing this, guys, peak interest, the second they start asking questions, send them a video. Well, hey, edify the video. Guys, everybody on here should know what edification is. If you don't know what edification is, this is how you do it. Edification is where you put something, you increase and highlight the importance of something. You increase and highlights the importance of something to allow that person to give them respect. If it's a person, if it's a place, if it's a thing, right? If it's a person, I say, yeah, here's Rose, Brady, meet Rose. This girl is a freaking professional translator. She was just on a translation Zoom, doing a live translation for $1 million trader. Guys, this is insane. And Brady's gonna be like, absolutely, I would love to meet this girl, right? If it's a book, right? It could be these oats and honey, protein granola, whatever it is. Guys, this is so good. I love putting it in my smoothies every single day because it gives me that extra crunch to my smoothie. It gives me that extra extended energy throughout the day. You guys need to try it. Wow, that's powerful. Guys, I love this leather wallet because it's so accessible. I can just grab my bills, you know, and my cards, and I can organize everything, and it fits right in the back of my pocket. It's super convenient. If you don't have one, you should get one, right? Same thing with a mentor. Guys, this is Ronzel Williams. He's been studying trading for the past, 2.5 years, right? 2.5 years almost. You know, telling somebody a little bit of their story. Guys, this is Tyler Springman. You know, he lives out in Cali. You know, he's trading a 9-figure account. Obviously, don't say that if it's not true. But, you know, tell somebody something that's going to pique their interest, right? And you know, guys, this is Kyle. You know, before I met him, he was dropping straight value on his Instagram, and it really piqued my interest enough to reach out to him. And now look at, you know, we're business partners building this together. And Mike and Jordan, or Jordan and Angie are all going to move out to Colorado. Now they're going to build something out there. So Kyle's going to have people around him. You know, that all came from one relationship I built, and because I invited him. You know, and the importance of sending the video. If you invite them to a video, to watch the video, if it's why trading works, if it's the video Mike and Tim did, right? Edify the video. Edify the people in the video, the content, how it made you feel, how it helped you understand something, right? How it helped you understand something super, super important. Guys, you know, hey, Eduardo, you know, I want to show you, you were telling me that you were, you know, you didn't like your job or that you're not getting paid. Hey, if you have some, you know, time, you know, 15 to 20 minutes of your time today, I would love to send you a video that really helped me understand of ways that I can make some supplemental income from home during this rough time. I hope that it helps you for whatever it's worth. You know, let me know how you enjoy the video. Let me know what time you can watch it. Absolutely, man. Send it over. Great. I'm going to send him the video. He's going to watch it. Nobody's going to say no because I have his best interest at heart. But if I said, Brady, I know what you money, man. You know, I know people that make a lot of money. You gotta talk to my mentor, bro. He made this video and he breaks down how he makes money, bro. You gotta check this shit out, dude. Like, quit your job, bro. Just watch this video. Nobody's gonna watch that because it's all external. But if you have that internal, like what's it called? Intrinsic value, right? Hey, you're gonna watch this because it's gonna help you understand how you can make more money. Hey, watch this because it's going to help you understand how these guys did it. Watch this because it's going to help you understand the story and what kind of dedication and you know, sacrifice it's going to take to get to where you want to be, right? That's the most important thing. And after they watch the video, assume the close, it's done. They watched the video Mike and Tim did, great. When are you ready to get started? Assume the close. Awesome. So now that you're ready to get started, awesome. Now that you've seen the information, let's hop on a call. I can help you get started. Guys, let them tell you that they don't have the money right now. Let them tell you that they don't have the time. Let them give the excuse. Never make the excuse. Never say, are you ready to get started? Just say, let's get you started as soon as possible. Whether it happens today, whether it happens in 2 days, whether it happens in 10 days, in a month, in a year, doesn't matter. I've had people that said, yeah, let's do it. Awesome. We got on a Zoom. He gets disconnected. I send him the link. I say, hey, just let me know when you're started so I can plug you into the chats. Doesn't sign up for a month. Guys, people will tell you that, but let them tell you. Assume it. Assume it. I promise this will help you so much, and it's going to save time because you send them the video. They watch it. Wow, this is amazing. I have questions. Awesome. Let's get on a call. Awesome. Let's get you started, and I can plug you in with an educator. I can plug you in with somebody who's been doing this for 3 years. I can plug you in with somebody who knows way more than I do, right? But you want to make sure that you're just, it's that PSA3. This is something me and Tim talked about today. Peak interest, share video, assume the close, 3-way call or 3-way launch, right? Peak interest, share video, assume the close. If they close, it's a 3-way launch. If they don't, it's a 3-way call. But either way, you're going to get to the 3-way call. Either way, that's going to happen. But it's just the difference between if it's just a matter of if it's a call or if it's a launch, right? And they're one and the same because they're going to get started anyways. Because who would say no, right? And Tim and Mike have done an amazing job of breaking this stuff down in a video. Guys, they did all the work for you. Just send it out. Just send it out. They're going to watch the video. They're going to be like, wow, this is amazing. This is awesome. I would love to meet Tim. Great. Tim, when are you free? I have somebody that wants to meet you. Hey, by the way, Israel, you know, I have somebody that I would love to introduce you to. You know, this guy's been, you know, edify Tim. Easy. Guys, that's it. Peak interest, share the plan. Share the plan through a video. Guys, I would much rather you guys send out 500 videos. If you guys want to go chairman, you just send out 500 videos and hop on 100 closing calls, then do 500 1-hour op calls. Guys, you know how grueling that is? And this is something that I had to learn from experience. As I've done so many op calls for people, invested an hour and a half, getting them, breaking down what a chart is, for them to tell me they're not interested, for them to tell me they don't have the money and they're never going to do it. For them to sign up for a month and quit. Guys, if I could have just sent them a video, I would have done that. I didn't know about it. I didn't think about that. So peak interest, share the video, assume the close, get them started on the platinum starter pack, get them started on whatever package they want to get started on, and then set up a 3-way launch. And what that's going to allow you to do is that's going to allow you to show them that there's a bigger community than just you, right? A bigger community than just you. So guys, I hope that for what it's worth, you got some value from today's call. I know that we went a little long. I hope that you guys understood a little bit about my story, got to hear and meet me a little bit more. I feel like every time I get on these calls, I open up a little bit more, tell a little piece of the story that maybe you guys haven't heard yet. And I think it's really, really awesome that you guys are still here. Saw a couple of people hop off, but that's okay. I'm excited for the future, guys. We have nothing but greatness to look forward to. This company has put in so many people in the past week, month. It's insane. Guys, it's insane. People need this more than ever right now. Be the person, because at the end of the day, like Tim said, this team's not going to 1,000. This team's not going to 2,000. This team's going to 30,000, Chairman 500. Guys, Mike and Tim are Chairman 500. They're loading. That means they're going to have 30,000 people in their organization. Base, minimum. Guys, how much of that do you want in your organization? Right? How much of that do you want in your organization? Guys, leverage the people you have in your corner. Leverage the people you have in your corner. If you need a peak of interest video, go to my YouTube, take that video and send it out. Hey, this is somebody that, I really admire. He got started doing this, and look at this video that he created. It's going to move them emotionally. They're going to be ready to take in more information. Then send them the intro video, Just get them watching the information and get them in front of people like Tim, Mike, your upline, your sponsor. I hate that word. And guys, nobody says no anymore. Nobody says no. They just say, I don't have the money or I don't have the time, and then we'll just solve that problem. But if they don't know that this exists, that's your fault, not theirs, right? Oh, this guy didn't sign up. This guy didn't sign up because you didn't even show him the plan. You just try to close him right off the bat in his Instagram DMs, right? Make sure that you're showing the plan, because that is the first thing, right? Piquing interest, inviting, presenting. Once they see the video, if they don't close, 3-way call, follow up. Follow up with that person. The fortune is in the follow up. When you follow up, and they're ready to close out, that's the next thing. You close them, you launch them, and you promote an event. Guys, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your night. Tim, if there's anything else that you want to say, go ahead and say it. But if not, we can close out this call. Peace.
John, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man. The transparency, guys. Drop some 369s in the chat if you thought John was transparent. And really gave it to you how it is. I think that's something super powerful, and a big reason, why I wanted John to do this call for us is because he was going to keep it truthful. He was going to, I think the best thing that you can learn from is, not exactly what to do, but what not to do, right? I think that's something that's super powerful, and I'm super transparent. Anyone who's been on a Q&A call with me about how I originally launched this business and why I lost my business and why we actually do what we do today. If you guys saw us 4 years ago, you'd be like, no way, it's not possible. So John, thank you so much. I'm grateful for that. I'm going to upload this on the YouTube. It's going to be called Jonny Caves Impacting the Masses. Tomorrow, guys, just really quick so you're updated, tomorrow's sessions are going to be absolutely phenomenal. We have Mike at 5 p.m. doing the private QC trading session. We have Cody, Ryan Brady, and Jordan LaSavage at 7 p.m. So if you're able to, here's the thing, right? It's one thing to hop on this call. It's another thing to leave the call and actually go apply it. So tomorrow at 7 o'clock, we have an intro call with some beast presenters. And at 9 p.m., I'm doing an impact training recapping what we learned today, keeping it super simple, and proper etiquette, right? How do you actually invite, edify? What do you do when you're on the call? What do you do after the call? Really going into insane details, the little minuscule things that people don't think about. So look for this recording. Make sure you get it to someone who didn't see it. There's so many people on this call, or so many people not on this call, who needed this information. So if you have people in your organization who aren't here, what's the thing you got to practice? Promoting. So I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'm grateful for you guys. I'll see you guys a little bit later.